As Kenyans are eagerly waiting for the population census to kickstart tomorrow, as from 6 p.m. in their homes, we decided with our team of Vikings TV just to get to know their knowledge on the population census. Here are some of their reactions on the population census stick.
Population census is about counting of people, and I know that it's going to be on the 24th, which is Saturday tomorrow, from 6 p.m. in the evening. Yeah.
What comes into my mind when I hear population census is the counting of individuals within the country, so that maybe the government can know approximately how many we are as a country.
Population census, in my mind, I think it's all about planning from the government point of view, in order to be able to take care of one or two things that the citizen requires. So I think it's a good exercise for people to participate in, so that, myself I'll be participating in, and I think it's something that just comes once after every 10 years, so it doesn't really deny you anything. Just for one night or 2 days, that's it, yeah.
One of the benefits of knowing the number of a country is, again, when it comes to budget allocation, they can be able to know which particular region has this particular number, how much money need to be allocated, and again, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of school, it can again be able to tell them kama tunastahili kuongezea mashule ama hospitali. Ni wild guests, iko real.
I guess it's a good thing so that we can approximate the people in the country and manage to maybe grow the economy and head to a better future.
Demographics is important for the government to have the details on the same. Statistics is important right now. If you're talking about certain rights and you want to know some aspect of minority aspect, it's important. There's a lot which census allows the government to plan for and know about. So I think it has different kind of issues that I think it's valid for the government. Like the other day, they were talking about providing funds or stipend for unemployed youth. That might come in handy in such kind of rolling out of activities by the government. Yeah, sure.
You'll know how many people are in Kenya, then it will help maybe if the government wants to create job opportunities, know the living standards of people. Yeah.
So the penalties for not giving accurate information to census officials, I think they are pretty okay, because it's a national exercise and the government needs to safeguard against such people who would want to falsify information. Other people would want to enlarge their numbers. For example, those politicians might want to enlarge their numbers in their territories by giving false information or colluding, so that they can maybe get a bigger share of county funds or constituency funds, and that is the aim that they aim at. But at the end of the day, I don't even think those funds reach the people anyway. But the fines from the government side, I think they are okay as a deterrence for those guys who might want to give false information.
Okay, it's a fair judgment on that. People should be sincere on the census thing. Should not be a matter of lying. They should say what they should give the correct information.
There's no need to boycott the Census Act. Just be counted and life will be good.
Furthermore, how can they verify if I'm telling the truth or false? For instance, one of the questions yenye inaapia, them asking me in front of my wife kama niko na bibi mwingine. So assuming even if I have and I say no, na legally hakuna mali imeonyeshana yuko. So again, verifying the things, the information yenye watu wanapatiana, it will literally be hard. So I don't agree with them saying if you give false information, maybe kuna hizo hivi jail term, because again, who will do that follow up?
So hapa hakuna mtu anaweza shikwa, kwa sababu ile kitu iko mtu anaendanga na umuhimu yake. Hakuna kulazimisha, kama ile yenye walikuwa wanasema huduma namba. Hiyo huduma namba hatu kuona mahali ilienda. Sasa kama watu kuhesabiwa, si lazima mtu asikuhesabiwa atashikwa. Mtu anahesabiwa kulingana na roho yake. Kama watu kama masafara watahesabiwa wapi? Na mtu hana nyumba, hana mahali ya kulala.
It's not a must. Yeah, you can stay here provided you'll be counted.
I think that the mentality of political leaders telling people to go back to their home counties is more or less the script that we see in general elections, which I don't buy. That if you work in Nairobi and you reside in Nairobi, that you have to go to Kakamega or Nyamira or Garissa, if that is your ethnic background. I think it's so misleading, and this is what leads to ethnic profiling, and people feel like we are superior because we come from a particular region. We are all Kenyans first, I believe, and then our tribes come second. But what these leaders are doing, they are misusing the tribal identity to balkanize Kenyans into their tribal cocoons. And I would tell, if you asked me, I would tell the CS for Interior Matiang'i, if it were possible, the ethnic profiling should have not been a question of the census, because how does it help? If you know the number of people in Nairobi, in Embakasi Central or in Dagoretti, for example, you can plan for them. But why should you start, do you need to know the tribe for me to get medical care or for me to get CDF?
No, that will be a lot, maybe hectic a bit. I think people should stay where they are.
Well, I don't really think that it's important for one to be counted where, I mean, on account of certain tribes having settled a certain position, that you have to be counted where your ancestors came from. Because I think the information will still be indicated if there is a need for that. So it's a bit misleading, yes, for them to insist, politicians to insist that you need to be counted where your ancestors came from. Again, it's politics, they're politicians. And like I said, a few weeks, I think like 2 weeks ago, there was a debate about certain constituencies having a fewer number of constituents so that there's a chance for them to be scraped off. And I think for them to push for those particular individuals to go back to their constituencies, ancestral constituencies, has that political angle to it. So you must contextualize the same, but I don't think that is proper because the information will still be relayed in the forms that you fill and the information that you give the enumerators. Yeah.
Ile kitu ningesema kwa sababu unajua Uhuru akisema anapanga amesema na kutenda. Sisi waje hao wenyewe wafanye vile watafanya na sisi tutafuata tu kulingana vile wanasema.
As the countdown towards the population census approaches, we've had some of the reactions from different people in Nairobi CBD, and we've noticed that they don't talk about their security. Kenya National Bureau of Statistics said that the enumerators are going to be accompanied by policemen so that the policemen can help them conduct the process. Marcia Bok reporting for Vikings TV, Nairobi.